Are you thinking about getting acupuncture for the first time, but you're not sure how much it's going to cost? Well, today I'm going to tell you the 5 factors that you need to consider when putting together a budget for treatment. Hi, I'm Liam. Welcome to A Better Pace, the show that is dedicated to giving you the best tools and tactics for your well-being. So if you're new here, welcome.
Hello.
Okay, so the first factor that you need to consider is the experience of your practitioner. It's quite obvious that someone that has 20 plus years experience is likely to be more expensive than someone who only has 5 years experience. In that 20 years as well, very often people will have taken on a speciality, and because of this they can charge more because they have the exact knowledge that you need for your condition. They will also have come across a lot more cases, and therefore it's much easier for them to diagnose and treat accordingly. Now yes, everyone's condition is different to each other, but you will see the same patterns emerging time and time again, so someone that has been doing it longer is more likely to have come across what you're going through. On top of that, they have thousands and thousands of hours of professional development under their belt, so they are likely to be able to help you no matter what you're going through. That's not to say that all 20 plus year experienced practitioners are going to be more expensive, because the second factor that you need to take into consideration is the location where that practitioner is working. It is quite plain to see that someone that is working on Harley Street in central London is going to cost more than someone who has a spare room in their house in the rural countryside. The simple reason for this is that the overheads are much higher for working in a central London location than working out of your own home. Room rental alone for working on Harley Street is astronomical, and that has to be factored in to the per session cost for the client. Today we're talking about the cost of acupuncture treatment, and this is the 4th video in a series that I've done on frequently asked questions about acupuncture. If you haven't seen any of the others, then check out the description below for a link to the playlist, and it will have all of them in, and you can go and watch them whenever you feel like it.
Sir, yes, sir!
Now that we're better acquainted, why not consider subscribing and pushing the bell icon so that you can receive notifications every time a new video is produced. I promise you won't regret it. The third and probably most important factor that you need to consider when putting a budget together is the amount of sessions that you're going to need for your particular condition. For me personally, I don't generally see results for the stress-related conditions that I work with in less than 6 weekly sessions. For something like fertility, for example, most practitioners will require you to commit to a minimum of 3 months of weekly treatments. So if you are looking for fertility treatment, you're going to have to factor in the fact that you're going to have at least 12 weekly sessions at a per session rate.
Oh my God!
Linking in nicely from the amount of sessions is the 4th factor that you need to consider, and that is whether the person that you want to see provides any discounts or package deals. Very often what a practitioner will do to offset the weekly session cost is give you the opportunity to buy a package of sessions at the beginning depending on what you're going to see. So for example, if you were coming to see me for a stress-related condition, I would give you a discount by paying a lump sum upfront for all 6 sessions.
Woohoo!
This is a great way to reduce the cost of a lengthy treatment, and it's always worth asking your practitioner if it's something that they will consider if they're not already providing. The 5th and final factor to look at is whether your insurance company will cover the cost of any sessions on your current health plan. The important information that you need to look at in your plan is whether the insurance company is going to cover the entire cost of your sessions or not. Very often they will have a amount that they are willing to pay up to, and if your practitioner costs more than that, then you may well have to pay the extra yourself. The other thing to consider is whether the insurance company is going to pay the practitioner directly or not. If that is the case, then that's great. You may only well need to cover any extra. But sometimes what happens is that you will need to pay the entire cost of your treatment up front and then get an invoice from your practitioner, send it to the insurance company to be reimbursed. Ugh. So that's the 5 factors that you need to consider when putting a budget together. Obviously, the numbers are going to change depending on when you're watching this video, where you're watching this video, and who it is that you're going to be working with. Well, that's all from me for this week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.